Welcome back, guys. I'm going to do a quick video today on the Bitcoin update, the Ethereum update, and I have a subscriber request for Vechain. So we're going to check the Vechain. But just before we go there, market cap today, as you can see, we're still around the 1.449, which is up 0.91, just about less than 1% up today. So far Ethereum seems to be pumping, and I'm going to get into the Ethereum news. I have some good news on Ethereum, why it's probably pumping and why it's kind of trying to take itself, disconnect itself from what the Bitcoin is doing right now. Cardano dropped a little bit, Tether's back up, but then I'm not really too fussed about the Tether. Cardano, I think, just taking a little breather, so it's definitely going to go somewhere. Like, we're going to have a look over the weeks to see where it goes. But I want to go into Vechain today, right? Vechain. So Vechain today up 0.2 or 0.18 now, so 0.1% basically. And over the week it's up 26%, but actually if you look at the bigger picture, there's a lot more going on. So as I said, the subscriber wants to know more about Vechain, so we're going to go straight into the Vechain chart and have a look at it. So this is a Vechain chart on Bitfinex, and I've done it on the weekly, and this is where you can see we had the market top, right? So this is our market top, right? And I'll put a horizontal ray here just to kind of signify that. So market top, as you can see, we were around the level of $1, right? So from $1, this is where we were. Was it $1? Actually, yeah, it is $1. So this is where we were. We dumped all the way from $1 during here, and this is what I call the phase one of any investment, right? So during any kind of a project or any kind of a product, what you'll find is the first investors that go in, accredited investors, venture capitals, whatever they are, they all invest into this, and then as soon as people buy, they literally dump on you, right? And then they walk out, they make their money and they go. This is the penny buyers who actually make the money and go. So the market dipped, and then we can see that we've had, like, you know, a couple of times where we wanted to go up again, and then it just constantly kind of hovered. But this is also looking quite healthy, right? So far so good. Then we had the March dump, which obviously the whole market dumped, and that dump basically brought us here. So on that, basically you can see that we've had our confirmation that the market's changing its trend on this particular candle here. If you look carefully, you can see this is a dragonfly doji, which gave us a confirmation. And then recently we've had two more. We've had one here, this particular candle here, and then this particular candle here, telling us that we are going up, right? So the momentum is changing. Also, another thing I want everybody to see is if you look from where we were, the bottom, to where we are, we just had a 3,000% increase, right? And this is basically, you can say, because I've put it on 50 bars, but I can move it up to 52. It's almost a year. In 1 year, we've gone up 3,000%, right? So it's been very bullish so far, but it's not over. And this is what I want you to see, right? So I mean, currently, what's Vechain going to do? So if you look carefully here, this is October, November. So far, even during the market dumps that we've had on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, where the markets, you know, dumped big, we've had massive corrections, Vechain didn't care. It just kept on going, right? So if you look at these ones here, like, you know, January, December, we were constantly pumping until last week when the market dumped again, right? So when the market dumped last, week and a half ago, from that correction that we've had on the Bitcoin, you can see that it did take a bit of a hit, and then now it's growing back up again, right? It's moving back up again. Another thing I want to quickly just draw on this, so I'm going to do a Fibonacci level here and see where our golden ratio is, right? So if I just do this and currently see, like, you know, just for us, before we go to, so obviously our target would be to hit the previous all-time highs. I'm not going to be looking too far into that right now, maybe in the future, but right now I think what I want to focus more on is what's the potential for us to go to the golden ratio. So if you look carefully, we're here currently 0.06, right? So 6 cents. As you can see, the Fibonacci golden ratio actually funnily does bring us to a 9 cent coin. So from approximately 6 to 9, what are we looking at? Let's have a look. Let's measure it, right? Let's just measure it. How about that? We'll just measure it from here to, just for example, let's measure it. So I mean, if we measure this, then it does get crazy. So far it's showing us a we're going to have another 60% increase basically on this if we do hit those levels. So far, as you can see, this particular trend line here, so the 0876, remember I do signify the 0876. For me, it's like a lucky like a magic number basically. So if I put some data points on this and say, okay, let's have a look and see where our resistance points can be. So around here, basically. So just around here, if I just put a random resistance line here. So this has become our resistance. As you can see, quite finally, it does confirm this. If you can see on this candle, it was the resistance here. It was a resistance here, support, 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 resistance, right? So if we look at that, this has now become our psychological resistance level. Yeah, from that point onwards, I don't see it being much of an issue because it is one of those very small cap coin, or it's not small cap anymore, it is big cap, but a very small price. A lot of people are going to look into this, and we might actually, over the next few weeks, see a pattern forming where we might just go like this, and then we might just shoot up and hit that target. So this is our golden ratio that we want to hit. So that's a good 60% ratio that we can actually make there, even if it's 50%, it doesn't matter, but that's what we're looking at. So I mean, anybody who's bought it, I don't know when you guys so the viewer who basically requested it, I'm not sure when you bought it, but if you have bought it early, and if you've bought it during last year, any time within last year actually, so any time from March last year to all the way to even February, if you've bought it, you are in significant gains. Remember one thing I always say, guys, you know, like when you got some coins like this, always make sure to take your initial investments out, because you don't want to really risk it, because these, as you can see, the way it dumped from $1 for it to go back to $1, it's a long way, right? We're going to have to do a few more thousands of percent to go to that level. So if you can make 50-60% gains, you know, 70-80% gains, try and scale yourself out and get your profits out, because it is important you do this. Okay, now what I'm going to do is jump onto Bitcoin and have a look at Bitcoin right now and see what Bitcoin is doing. So here on Bitcoin, we have a something quite fascinating actually. So remember, I drew this particular line and I drew this particular line. So this is our current resistance, right? Which we do have good data points to suggest this is a good resistance, but this particular line here, so we have to actually now change this, because what I'm seeing is there is far more strong support and resistance around this level here, and this is finally becoming our proper resistance on a daily. As you can see, this particular candle here and this particular candle here, so this one hasn't closed yet, but this one here is telling us it's a dragonfly doji, is saying that yesterday we confirmed that we do want to go back up, right? So anything could be changing. So again, we are still going to be in this particular channel, and if I move some other data points as well, so this particular data point here, actually, as you can see, so certain things have changed. So now basically this box theoretically is out of the question. However, this area here is still in the you know, it's still in the calculation, so we can potentially go as low as 44,000 and then move back and then go to try and test the 51,000. So we're going to break the 51,000 for us to go up to where we need to. Okay, looking at the Bitcoin, as you can see, so this channel itself has become our major support. So we've got a support here, we've got a support here, and this is now our resistance, right? So we have to beat this resistance in order for it to go up. So just looking at the pattern we need to form is we need to poke above, confirm, and then move up, basically. This is what we need to see on this particular chart. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it in. I mean, all the other metrics are still the same, so I'm not going to go into those today. What I will show you is Ethereum, right? So if you look carefully back again, look at Bitcoin. So this is where Bitcoin is at this present moment, and if you look at Ethereum, you'll see that so far it kept in tie with it. However, today Ethereum decided to change, right? So it's kind of breaking out of the trend, and it's doing a few other bits and bobs. Also, if you look at the dominance, you can see that we jumped up by almost 0.6%, right? So the market dominance is going back up as well, and that's got to do with some news. All right, so the news is this particular news here, the Ethereum's EIP 1559, the fee market overhaul, greenlit for July. This is signifying that in July we will have the upgrade. You know, doesn't matter who says yes or no, they're going to do it. It's already being implemented. In July, the upgrade's going live, which starts to burn the fees. Now, this is a problem Ethereum's been having, where the fees are so high, right? So people were not able to use Ethereum, and a lot of the market went into Binance Chain and all sorts of other stuff, right? PancakeSwap and this and that. So this is what I was looking at, that Ethereum has to be positive for people to get back in. That means Ethereum has to be usable. Currently, Ethereum is not usable by your average retail user. So this is actually very bullish for Ethereum. If they are going to be burning the fees, that means there's a deflationary mechanism. Ethereum price will take a nice little leap and go up. Looking at the Ethereum, as you can see, that it has now disconnected from Bitcoin, which is very, very good. But I mean, so this news itself is a very good news. It's come up, and it is pointing towards how Ethereum could actually now be pushing far up. And also another few things we got to look at. So I mean, so far it's done a very good thing. So looking at the Ethereum, as you can see, it's disconnected itself from the Bitcoin, but there's a few more interesting things that I'm seeing actually. So if I just get a horizontal ray, and if I put it around this particular level here, right, just around here, quite interestingly, this has now broken above, and if we do have a daily close above this, I think tomorrow we should be pushing back up again. So if you look here, we had a good support, you know, we broke the resistance here and we went down. So this is where you know, it became a nice little resistance and support line, but currently we have broken above, and this is looking very bullish to me. I think we can potentially go sideways and move up, and hopefully you know, if tomorrow's candle, even if we close today here, and if tomorrow's candle opens up here and we have a higher high, we're moving back up again. So this is very good. So, and all of this actually relates to the news that we got for the EIP 1559. You can go into CoinDesk and have a little bit more read through. Here it's not going to really tell you too much about everything. So here it's just what's going on, you know, when it's happening, who's doing it, all of this kind of stuff, right? So I'm not gonna, I mean, there's more in, obviously you got to understand what it's trying to do. So they're definitely going to be burning fees, literally burning Ethereum. So the more demand there is for Ethereum, the more Ethereum that is required every day, the more is being burned. So it is actually very good because the supply is now being cut. So of course it's still going to be an inflationary currency. I mean, I would love to see them putting a cap on Ethereum and saying that's it, there's going to be no more Ethereum after this. That is going to be the most bullish thing. And I think even if that happens, then Ethereum has a potential to go to 50,000 if they put a cap on it, right? 50, 100, you know, probably even more. But unless they do that, this solution that they've got with the EIP 1559 is actually a very good solution. And I think this does reduce the supply a little bit. So it creates more demand, more scarcity, which could potentially rocket it. I mean, right now, looking at Ethereum, I could easily say it could easily rocket us to maybe, you know, 5,000. $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 Ethereum, possibly. You know, I'm just being optimistic. But so far, I'm quite happy with what I'm seeing, and I see our targets basically are very good. Also, talking about targets, I wanted to quickly show you something regarding targets, right? So if you can see our golden ratio currently sitting at where we are, our current golden ratio is just below the $3,000. So it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of when. It's not if anymore, it's a matter of when. So, you know, if we hit that, no, we are definitely going to hit that. It's a matter of when we're going to hit that, right? Also with BTC, if I go back to BTC, just to show you, it's a matter of when we hit the, sorry, I hate my defaults. Right, it's a matter of when we hit that. It's not a matter of if we hit that, right? We are definitely going to hit those numbers. Question is when, not if. So I'm just going to leave you on that one. And if you guys have any other coins or anything you want me to talk about, please leave it in the comments. Let me know. Also, make sure to smash the like button. We're targeting at least 20 likes today. So let's keep it on 20 likes. So give me 20 likes and then we see on the next video. So yeah, if you found this helpful, please do subscribe. It's a new channel. We're trying to do our best to basically grow. So other than that, guys, I'm not going to waste your time. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.